One of my favorite quotes by Marilyn Monroe is something she said to the photographer Lawrence Schiller. She said, "Marilyn Monroe is like a veil I wear over Norma Jean." I am a Seattle-based artist, and I work in photography, collage, mixed media, and installation. So my background is in photography. I studied photography as an undergraduate student and as a graduate student. I took a photography class when I was in high school, and I got hooked. I made a lot of photographs of my cousin and my best friend. They were kind of fashion shoots in our own way. You can really see us trying to perform these different identities and trying to kind of mimic these photographs that we saw in popular culture. It's moments like those with the camera that ended up being a part of my practice now. I started to move away from just making photographs and showing the photographic prints. And I started to think more about how the image could be viewed as an object. But I started cutting things up with using fashion magazines and putting things together in a kind of very playful way.
This act of sitting for hours, it is this like really slow process that in a way is really comforting and meditative.
I would say that feminism plays a large role in my work, and looking at the world through a feminist lens, I'm always really drawn to contradictions that I feel and how I feel conflicted about the way that femme-presenting people have been objectified and photographed, but also at the same time, there is this love of looking that I also partake in. So I think in my work, I'm always having a conversation with those two things in some way or another. My current exhibition at the Fry is a collection of physical collages, also includes text erasure poetry that I made into photograms, and then a digital collage that is on the side of the building.
So we're currently at the Fry Art Museum here in Seattle, Washington, and we're standing in what we call the Graphics Gallery. And so for this exhibition with Natalie Krick, we're really focusing on exploration into a specific compilation of photographs of Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, so I think this one is one of my favorites just because I love that Natalie really focused on Marilyn's own mark making.
So everything from the show is pulled from one book, and the book is called The Complete Last Sitting by the photographer Bert Stern.
So this is the book, The Complete Last Sitting. These were really the first and only fashion photographs taken of Monroe. And she marked a lot of them with these large X's. But the way that he frames this in his text, he kind of refers to her as like this tragedy. Oh, she must have been making these X's over her images because of self-hatred or something like that. But I think about it very, very differently.
He has written this pretty lengthy text at the beginning of the book, which is the way that he talks about her and objectifies her and then literally assaults her, is quite complicated. And I know it's a different time, but it still feels very relevant to today's world. I think art is incredibly important because we are able to have these moments when looking at work where maybe something opens up the way that we are thinking about the world. We all bring our own experiences and our own point of view to what we are seeing. I think there is so much that can be uncovered by having an art experience.
Learn more about Natalie on her website and make sure to check out her artwork in the Fry Art Museum's Boren Banner series, running now through April 6th. Catch Art Zone Friday nights at 8 and anytime online at seattlechannel.org/artzone.